So this will be another CBR article that we do investigate. We gotta see how much cap CBR like spews. This was in October 2020, a bit ago. But Seven Deadly Sins don't really end the video as well. So yeah. So this is gonna be
This
five characters who can beat ban and five who can't. So this is we let's see how they tackle Seven Deadly Sins. Their track record has been horrendous so far. Bleach, oh that Bleach video was so bad.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It's CBR logic. It's absolute fact.
All right, so the first one could beat. I'll do the evens, and Yang, you can do the odds. Could beat Diane, one of the most
Wait,
powerful
hold
female
up.
characters in the series. Okay, Diane, physical stature and manipulation of Earth renders her the Sin's powerhouse. They're more powerful
Oh
Sins than Diane.
no.
But she's able to terraform vast distances in a matter of seconds and survive the combined assault of many knights. However, Bond can smash through these earthen spikes. I know I'm not pronouncing that right, but with his sacred treasure, and even if some struck him through the chest, the damage he faces would be negligible on the amount of his regen.
Wait,
Okay,
what?
Diane's two size, ability durability that's seen through being defeated instantly by Yaland, and the Foxen would find similar success. Could beat
Wait.
who could the
Okay.
I'm
Wait,
gonna wait. I'm gonna look at
wait.
the next one
The
because I'm
title of the
confused. Because she
hold up. The title of
could
the list
beat.
is five characters who can beat Ban and five who can't. But I guess they got it reversed because they're saying like it's like five characters Bond can beat and five who he can't.
So this is saying he could beat Diane, and it's not saying Diane could beat him. Okay.
I mean, okay, that's accurate, but
Yeah.
problem. He doesn't have regen anymore. He gave
Yeah.
it up to bring Elaine back to life.
Yep.
Like, even that, he doesn't need the regen because he is a fucking god tier now.
Yeah.
And Deanne is easily, by the end of the series, Deanne is easily the weakest Sin by showings.
She ain't really doing much. She ain't really lifting her weight enough. She's big,
Like,
but she's not big in the series.
King, fucking King, he's able to fight, male when he's got four of the commandments, amping his power level to over 200,000. Escador speaks for himself. Meliodas speaks for himself. Bond fucking swapping hands with the Demon King himself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Merlin taking like bodying Chandler and Cusack for a good deal.
Bro,
Like
what
the
I
only like either Deanne or Gother is the weakest one, and even then, Gother has more utility because of his memory hacks.
yeah. Dude, when this man, bro, when our boy went to go get Meliodas, bro, he just became a different breed, dude. This nigga became a different breed. It's a different
Bond
breed.
went from Bond went from getting fatherized by Galand, who wasn't even using his magic, to fucking swapping hands with the Demon King and saying, "Oh, that's a nice little breeze you got there."
Yes, sir.
Doing
Bro.
easily top three sins.
Nigga's insane. And bro, she was one of the ones in the thumbnail. So, uh, already off to the thumbnail. Okay. So nine, he would lose to
Did they
King.
even? Did they? Oh, wait, what?
Wait, what?
Would lose to
Could
King.
beat.
Wait, what?
Okay, okay. So I see how the phrasing is. Yeah, okay. Would lose to King. Okay. I don't know
Okay,
why
so
they phrase it like this. Because the first impression
like
you get
the
is
title
he
is
gets beaten.
like the title the title is misleading from what the
Yeah.
rest of the list is saying. Anyways, would lose to King. Let's see. The daggers of King's Chastifol, I don't know how you pronounce that, may not be enough to deal meaningful damage
Shastifo?
against Bond's body, but he would not need raw physical power to overcome him. Why? Is this talking about like the start of the series? Like, dude, this is in
Yeah.
2020. I'm pretty sure the manga was over by then.
Well, I can look it up right now. When did Seven Deadly Sins end? Bruh. Final chapter. How about that? When would this mug come out? 2020 March. Yeah, this was what after all of them came out. Yeah, because it came out
Yeah,
in
this is
2020
after. This was posted after the manga was over.
for multiple months as well. Because
Anyways,
manga's over for multiple months.
all Harlequin would need to do is petrify him as he did when they first met. His mobility would make it infuriating for Bond to retaliate against him, especially since he can fly. Dude, have you seen Bond's jump height after he left Purgatory? Have you seen that man fight that like Chimera demon thing?
Hmm?
Range
He
isn't a
doesn't
problem for him.
care, dude. He doesn't
If he
care.
ignores Elaine's pleas to restore her, the fight would be a comfortable victory in his favor. Dude, Bond would body King. He's swapping heads with the Demon King. King can't even like beat like the first demon, the fusion of Chandler and Cusack.
Dude, he's called king, but he's not the king of Bond. He would Bond would beat this nigga's fucking ass. Not it at all.
Like,
What
granted, they
happens when
were
he just steals
fatigued,
his
but
heart?
Demon King shows up, blows everyone away with a wind spell, and Bond's just like, nice breeze you got.
And it's like, huh, that's interesting. All right.
Again, I know that everyone else was fatigued, but come on, that is such a difference.
Getting blown away to calling it a breeze. Like, huh, okay. Guess we're doing this, huh?
Why is he on the list? Why are they?
The top,
Why?
a top tier sin like our boy. And he said,
No. Could be the next one. The next one. Look at the fucking next one.
he could.
Why is he here?
Why is Gil Thunder here? Why?
You
He's
Why?
don't find
nothing. He is
no.
nothing.
Why are you downplaying Gilfunder? He's the strongest character in the verse.
Shut the fuck up. Gil Thunder
Like,
is
you
one of
know
the
what,
kingdom's
Gil
most
Thunder?
powerful holy knights. Able to wait, assail his
Assail.
opponents with lightning attacks. Bro, why do they use these random fucking words sometimes? During Meliodas' exile, he was one of the few of Lioness that actually gave the captain cause for concern during Meliodas'
No, he
exile.
was never a real threat.
He was
Like, once
one of the
Meliodas got
few.
serious, it was over.
Yeah. Like, okay. However, Gil himself is not fast as his projectile. He's not as fast as his projectiles. Okay, buddy. Why is he here, dude? And
He's
he
literally
only has
swapping
one
hands with
heart.
Meliodas, who dodged his lightning.
And he only has one heart, bro. Just get his heart stolen, bro. This entails that Ban could kill him instantly with his fox hunt. Yes. Since the warrior's plate armor would serve more to his detriment than an advantage, since he has no counters to the Greedsen's peculiar magic, his death would be inevitable. I just don't know why he's here. Yes, this is accurate, but I don't know why he's here.
Dude, he's father. Like, you know what? You know how Bond is like just bodying like hundreds of like that Chimera demons babies,
Yeah.
and then just like the one of those babies is just like fucking soloing Gil Thunder and like all of Leones.
Yep.
Like, dude, this is not a contest.
Man just went casual. He's like, bro, all right, let me just start negging y'all. He didn't care. They're not relevant.
Like,
He's just a random.
This is accurate, but why is he even in this discussion? Wouldn't it be more interesting to have like some higher tiers up there?
Hmm.
Like, bro, any of the Ten Commandments would be a better spot than fucking Gil Thunder.
It's like
Like,
being
this was
like
made. This list was posted after the manga ended.
like imagine like a Bleach list and like it's 10 characters Byakuya can beat and couldn't, and then they put Ikaku as somebody who could beat. Like, why is Ikaku here? It's the same type of energy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they have to
Would
play
lose
obvious
Chandler?
here.
No! No, he would not!
He would lose to Chandler. Yes. Yes, so powerful, bro. He would lose to Chandler.
They straight up did not read the final chapters because they clearly don't know that Bond is a beast after Purgatory.
He pulled up and he's like, I'm built different.
Like, dude, like Chandler plus Cusack is equals the original Sinner Demon, whatever the fuck that guy is
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
And he got bodied by the Demon King. He got bodied so hard, he got his soul split in half. And Bond's just squaring up to the Demon King.
Man, pulled up to box, dude.
And that Sinner Demon is Chandler plus more.
Literally.
Anyways,
But
Chandler's versatile arsenal of tools would be a serious problem for Bond to overcome. In a matter of moments, he was able to reverse Merlin's age and shrink. He did not reverse her age. He just undid the spell, making her look older. Because
Yep.
she froze the aging on her body.
Mm-hmm.
And shrink Deanne, and survive the combined assault of Gother and King in the process. Accordingly, he has insanely high durability, and Bond's foxhunt would not be particularly successful on account of his demonic nature. What?
What?
What? That's so confusing. Anyway, since he taught Meliodas his full counter, it's possible he could even turn the fox's own special ability against him for a surprisingly morbid victory. Dude. They did not read the last chapters of the manga.
They didn't.
Straight up. Because, like, if we're talking post-purgatory Bond, this wouldn't even be the same discussion.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, bro, you have basically pre and like post, and you're like, yes, this nigga would box him up, and it's like, no, sir, bro.
Oh,
If
dude,
you
dude,
read
dude,
it,
something I
you
just
know
remembered.
he wouldn't.
Something I just remembered.
What?
Bond was boxing the Demon King with his bare hands. He didn't even have a secret treasure.
Oh yeah. This man was just out here running the ones with him.
He didn't even have a secret treasure when he fought the Demon King. And his secret treasure specifically amps him because it amps his concentration, making him even stronger.
It's actually just a whole neutral phase. And I presume the next one is just gonna be a random father character again. Watch.
Probably.
That shouldn't even be on the list. Watch. Number 6.
Ooh, what? They're probably gonna talk about like him at night. Probably.
Okay. Ban is outmatched by
Let's see.
Escanor in almost every way. Okay, so I don't. Okay, not the Pride Sin is faster, stronger, and more durable than him with his divine ox, enabling him with superior. Oh no, fuck! I didn't want to actually click on that. Superior reach. However, Line Straight is
Ephemeral.
ephemeral. Bro, what are these words? And has no means of permanently disabling Bond's legendary immortality. Subsequently, after killing him literally all day, Escanor's power would gradually wane, and Ban could strike him out. Wait.
Dude, they're talking pre-purgatory Bond.
Dude.
Straight up.
Yeah, let me look at the image. Dude, so I guess they're not talking about they're just talking about pre, which I'm like, if they're talking about that, then sure, like
that's less
sure.
interesting than end of series Uber Giga Chad Bond.
After killing, considering that Bond is willing to take out Melios in the middle of their fight of Hendrik to restore Elaine, it's not beyond his character to resort to dishonorable means.
It's like, okay.
I guess it is pre-purgatory? Even though the manga had ended months before this? No.
Escanor and versus Bond at their prime is actually an interesting discussion. Because they're both able to fight different versions of the Demon King.
Yeah. But I'm like, since they're talking about immortality, they're just blatantly talking about pre-purgatory. And like, since that's what they're talking about like before, because they referenced it with Diane, they're definitely talking about pre-purgatory.
If they're talking pre-purgatory, he would get bodied by Deanne too. Because like her power level is 48,000 after like the training with fucking
I don't know his name.
You know, like the memory training.
Yeah.
Like
So I'm
her
like,
power, her baseline power level after that was 48 fucking thousand.
yeah. So I'm like,
Like
so if
twice as strong as Galand, who Bond failed to beat in a 1v1.
yeah. So I'm like, so it has because I'm like just by the numbers that you could look at, it will just be the exact opposite. So I'm like, it has to be pre-purgatory because like they're saying he could beat Diane, but they're talking about his immortality with Escanor. So okay, maybe in the next one it'll be more clear if they're talking about pre or post purgatory, I guess.
Like, like they if they're also they will also be talking about like pre-training Deanne because she's pre-training Deanne was father compared to her current self.
Yeah.
Like actually 15 times weaker. Would lose Estarossa. Well, if we're talking pre-purgatory, yeah, he could do
Yeah.
literally nothing to him. The post-purgatory, he would one shot. He would one shot.
I'm gonna look if
Estarossa's
there's
commandment of
purgatory
love
list.
would make it impossible for Bond to so much as lift a finger against him. Okay, you know what? That's actually a fair point. This was seen when the Fox had attempted to mount an assault alongside the other Holy Knights amidst the battle for Leonis. Even when the commandment is disabled, he would not have much better success. As Esteros was slowly piercing Meliodas' heart, Bond could not physically stop him no matter how much energy he attempted to sap. As a demon, his opponent is also able to eat his soul while his body is broken, putting him down for good. Okay, you know what? That's actually a decent point about just like if Bond still hates Estarossa post Purgatory, he couldn't do anything to him.
Yeah. Where's my thingy?
Like after he was in Purgatory for what hundreds or thousands of years, I think he'd get over it.
Yeah, I think it.
Especially since he was literally living with Meliodas for decades.
Yeah,
Like you think he'd get over it.
but I'm like, if
It's just
he's
like
not, then okay. But I'm like,
pre-Purgatory, it's super
pre-purgatory.
like pre-Purgatory, it's super fucking obvious he doesn't stand a chance.
Hmm.
But post-Purgatory, it's just like the other way around. Like the only thing stopping him potentially is Esterossa's love commandment.
Yeah, it's actually just like a if it's pre or post, like it, because like they don't mention purgatory at all. Like I just looked up PU and they and there's no purgatory. Like so they never actually reference it. So I'm like I have no idea what their intentions is currently. Like hold on, let me see if they clarify anything in the like description thing. Ban is one of the seminal throughout the series and only countered at most his more ability to render technical limit to gauge. If we compare the character featured by doing so, no. Okay, so they didn't. Okay. What do you? Because I don't know what's more likely if they're talking about pre or post.
Since they bring up like he may be technically indestructible, they're talking about his regents. They're talking before he went to Purgatory.
Okay,
It's just like,
but
but why
like
though? This isn't his strongest version.
okay, so I guess all of this is just like before purgatory. So all of this is just in context of like this is before Bond goes into purgatory. So like,
I
but I'm
guess
like, which
they're.
time
I
frame
guess
is
this
that then?
person who made the list was an anime only boy.
I guess. Uh,
Like, dude, the manga was done by the time this article was released by several months,
yeah. So I'm
and
like,
the artwork of the manga is infinitely better than the anime, anyways.
yeah, yeah. Like it was
Uh,
literally like half a year. Like they had half a year. So I'm like,
also, if they're talking about pre-purgatory like Bond, wouldn't Escobar just fuck off, knowing like I can't kill you really, so I'll just leave? You know what I
well,
mean?
yeah. So I'm like, he probably would just leave and just be like, well, that's a dumb way to like die. So I'm like I think it would just avoid that just by leaving. Like, but I'm like, I guess technically, sure, this could work. Uh, what's for? Matrona is an experienced giant
What?
and one that taught Diane much of what she knows about combat. The towering woman is able to decimate entire armies by herself in her lifetime as experienced is one of her most useful assets in battle. I'm trying to remember when we see her.
It's after Gother erases Deanne's memories.
Okay, yeah. However, much like Diane does not have any means of permanently slaying Ban and is even less able to unleash the devastating that her giant counterpart in the Sins. Okay, would beat. So wait, hold up. If she is
Prob
worse, why is she higher in the list if she's worse? Like self-admittedly right here. Like
Dude,
self-admittedly
here's
right
the
here.
problem. If we're talking about pre-purgatory, Matrona actually has a better way of beating Bond than like pre-training Deanne. Because like you remember when like Golan was like hunting down Deanne or something, and then just Matrona just shows up and immobilizes him for a bit with those rocks.
Yeah.
She could just do that to pre-purgatory Bond, and there's nothing he could really do. So if we're talking pre-purgatory, Matrona would just outright immobilize him.
Just like leave him there. Like, anyways.
And like post-purgatory, like he would one-shot. Like the list itself acknowledges that Matrona's weaker than Deanne.
That's,
Which, yeah, kind of obvious. Dion's on the level of the fucking King of the Giants.
yeah.
End of series.
Oh my, this is very weird, dude. This entire list is odd because they don't specify anything. It just shows how bad CBR is. Just not specifying anything. So in three, he would lose to Goth. Were you reading? Okay, were you reading odds?
Honestly, this list is so bad it made me forget the order we were doing this.
Yeah, I
Who
think
just
you're
read
doing odds.
Matrona?
Yeah,
Yeah. You started with the ant, so I'm doing the odds. Gother. Though Gother may not have the earth-shattering strength of Escanor, or a unique commandment like Estarosa's, at least not anymore. Wait. So you're aware of late-game manga shit, but not
wait,
post-purgatory Bond?
wait a minute. I don't understand the list. This list just makes less sense. This list keeps on making less and less sense. He can beat Diane.
His status,
Okay, go on.
his status as an adult renders Fox Hunt completely useless as he does not rely on an organic heart to function. Further, he's able to destroy the memories of his opponents, entailing that after he had physically overcome Bond, he would be able to erase his identity and reduce him to a dullard. What is this wording?
I don't know why they keep on using these weird things, bro. It's making me mad. It's unironically making me mad.
Like, okay, okay, so they're saying that he can't beat Gother. Like, here's the issue. Because they're not being specific, are they talking about, like, Gother before or after his amp? Because, like, after he, like, rediscovers his emotions, he gets, like, a amp bring his power level, like, to what, 35,000?
I it's in the 30s, so I think it's 35. The 30s,
Yeah,
I
like,
believe.
somewhere around 35,000. But, like, here's the thing, like, Deanne is someone Bond can beat, but not Gother purely because he's a puppet? Like, this...
Hold up. So I guess like what they're saying, right, is that like they're stronger than he is, but his immortality is the only reason he's winning. I guess. And
Which,
then she's like,
no,
he would just
if
like,
if
and
if
it's in Gotham
immortality
vice
was
versa.
relevant at all, the commandments would have done a lot worse against him.
But I'm like, I think that's the reasoning they're trying to go with. Because what they're basically saying is like, oh, the immortality is basically coming down to like the only factor that matters. Because they're like, okay, he's just gonna get beat up by Escanor. Immortality though, so like he can just wait it out. They're like, he'll just lose to Esterosa. He'll lose to Chandler. Like he'll just beat like I don't
The fuck is
like
the
all of these that
spoon?
like he would lose to like just don't interact with his immortality or just like yeah, they just don't really interact with. So I
Like,
think the only justification they're going by is immortality.
that's so bad though. Because like, what's Bond gonna do against a rock slide from fucking uh like from fucking Matrona? Let alone Deanne, who could do what Matrona can, but even more.
He's just gonna sit there and be like, dang, this is inconvenient. I'll get out here eventually. Eventually.
All right, there's What?
To
What?
beat Twigo?
Oh my god, they have the strongest character in the verse. Lord Twigo.
No.
You're right. You're right.
No.
You know what? Base take CBR saying that he could beat the god of the verse, but I don't know, man. He's too strong.
Yeah,
Who's
Lord
a
Twigo.
physically
Lord Twigo's
opposing
solo
knight
fiction, dude.
capable of cleaving down entire forests in a single stroke of his sword. The first attempt to take out Meliodas' unbridled strength and unleash cruelty made him a foe to remember. Yes, he is a foe to remember, bro. This nigga right here
He
is a
is the
foe
How
to
tr-
dare
remember.
you?
Chaos, Demon King, Queen of the Angels. Fuck them. They're just the mere servants of Lord Twigo.
Twigo, yeah.
Nonetheless,
Lord Twigo is the god of a verse, man. He just let it himself come down to see
there's a
the
tear in my
minuscule Lotus.
there's a tear in my eye, dude. His skill and agility have increased since the beginning of the series. Physically able to keep up with the captain. Accordingly,
So,
it's unlikely Twigo would be able to connect any of his broad sweeping attacks, even if the Foxian was unable to use full counter. Should it hit him anyways, it would only prolong the fight before bounce victory. What? Even if it was
okay,
unable
memeing
to use full
aside.
counter? I didn't mention that.
Okay, okay, memes aside. Bro,
He's not
Meliodas one
strong.
shot at Twigo.
Hmm?
Why is he here?
I don't know.
Why is Twigo here? Meliodas literally one shot at this man.
At 2 as well.
And also, they acknowledge that Bond gets stronger. The only time he gets stronger is post Purgatory. What the fuck is this list?
Maybe they're talking
Yeah.
about him just getting his treasure, and they're like, yeah, he's more powerful. He got his treasure. Maybe they're talking about that.
Bro, do they think that he kept his immortality and that kept him around when he was fighting the Demon King? Do they
Maybe.
have zero reading comprehension?
They're like, bro, he kept it, dude. Fun, the immortal. He just
What
keeps
do you mean?
the
If they're
immortal.
going to believe hard enough, anything they think is true.
Dude, Twigo's at 2, dude. I don't know what to say. Twigo's at 2.
Dude, why is Twigo even on this list?
I
Really?
don't know. I
Like,
don't
again,
understand.
memes aside, he's like the weakest fighter in the series.
Like, why didn't
Because
they put
Meliodas
instead of
fucking
him?
one-shotted him.
Why didn't they switch
With the
Gilthunder
sword
to him?
hilt!
Why
He didn't
didn't?
even have his real weapon and he one-shotted him.
Why isn't him and Gilthunder? If they're going to do this, why isn't him and Gilthunder switched? Why aren't they switched? What's the reason?
I
Why
guess
is he?
It's
I
like
guess
it's like saying Ichigo could beat stuffed animal Cone. It's that sort of comparison. He's the weakest fighter in the series.
You do have to remember, Cone is the king of New York. You do have to remember
Yang,
that.
Yang, I don't know about that. I think the white-haired bitch is probably weaker at the start of a series than Twigo.
Oh,
The fucking one that traveled to Bond when the commanders came
Jericho?
up.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no. And the series she gets pretty swole. Like her ice
No, I'm
magic
saying
is able to freeze some higher level demons. Like Twigo can't fucking do that. Oh, you mean Elaine?
Never get the chance, dude. He drank the Kool-Aid too quickly.
Drink the Kool-Aid, bro. This man prideful drinking the Kool-Aid. Honestly, bro. Twigo, god of the verse.
Dude, okay, for real though, what are you talking about? Are you actually serious on Jericho being weaker than him?
Jericho, I'm talking the start of a series. He's stronger than Jericho.
Star Series. Yeah, Jericho is weaker than Twigo, most likely. Oh, actually, no, because like it's like there's some like you have to be like a certain strength level or a certain quote worthiness to be able to handle demon blood. So Twigo's weaker than pre-buff Jericho.
Damn, he drank the Kool-Aid and died.
This man
Oh my god.
is garbage, bro. This list
Anyway,
is just one.
Number one would lose to Derriere.
Yeah. He would lose to English translation, which translates to ass. He'd lose to the ass of a series.
Dude, if they fucking use the word wipe in these next two sentences, I'm fucking dead. Ass's skill set is virtually a perfect counter to Bond's own. What? With every successive blow she lands, the next punch that connects is even stronger than the one before it. Since much of Ban's strength precipitates around absorbing punishment and recovering from it, he doesn't anymore. He would be ill prepared for such an unusual assault. Bro, is just punching something and getting stronger that unusual? Really, CBR? Is this what you consider to be hacks? Every strike would break his body more than before, forcing him to take more time to heal and giving the demoness an even greater window to unleash her wrath upon him. When he's sufficiently battered and unable to regenerate in time, she would then devour his soul. They did not fucking read the end of the series. They did not fucking read Bond walking up to the Demon King, squaring up to him, punching him in his fucking face.
Isn't she one of the weaker commandments?
She's mid-tier. Like, the weaker ones are like Malskula, Greyroad, Prodrin, Galand. The stronger ones are Zeldris, Estarossa, and everyone else is basically in between. Like, her power level, I believe, is 52,000? Which is twice Galand's.
Man, she's a Kuma level. Damn.
Kuma. But, dude, Seven Deadly CBR does not have good Seven Deadly Frames scaling. Alright. The Seven Deadly Frame scaling is not cash money.
Like, straight up, they did not. There's the only list this could make sense of is if they were talking about Bond before Purgatory, even though this list came out months after the manga fucking ended.
Like,
and even then,
there's people that he would
half
lose
the characters
to.
he can. Yeah, Deanne, she would clap him. The other giant girl, she would just put him in a rock tomb. What's he gonna do?
And they reference him getting strong, like him getting stronger as well. So I don't know what.
The only time where he explicitly gets stronger is after being in purgatory for centuries.
I'm like,
Or if he's stealing another person's strength, which is a temporary buff.
Yeah. This don't make no sense. No sense, CBR. No sense. This is such an L list because we don't know if this is pre or post purgatory. If it's post purgatory, they're wrong and he doesn't have his immortality. If it's pre purgatory, then this is just
at the people to say he beats, he loses to.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, it doesn't work either way, and it's just worse. It just looks worse because it also came out months after like the manga ended, and then they reference him getting stronger, but then they're like, yeah, he has immortality. So unless they're like, okay, it might be that, right? They just like they watch the anime, right? Okay, so this is something I think for a few CBR lists, right? This is a conspiracy theory I have for a few of the CBR list. They don't actually go to the end of the series. They're just like, bro, I see part one, right? I've seen part of the anime. I'm gonna assume they get stronger and like things stay the same. Because if you remember one of those Naruto lists, they said Garo had Shukaku. So maybe that's just something consistent that CBR does. They just don't actually finish it and just make assumptions.
It wouldn't surprise me if like whoever wrote this article actually did read the manga referencing Bond getting stronger, but didn't pay enough attention to the fact that he gave up his immortality or that he was swapping hands with the Demon King. It wouldn't surprise me at all if that's what happened.
What do you mean, Derriere's stronger than the Demon King? Don't you see it on a CBR list? The Demon King isn't here anywhere.
Yeah, for that matter, where the fuck is the Demon King? Because, like, yeah, Bond was squaring up to him, but he could not 1v1 him. At least without a sacred treasure. That's a debate.
So literally the ass of the series, literally, like she's literally named ass in French, is at number one.
This is just
why
not a good list.
I shouldn't know. Her name perfectly fits this list. Ass.
Number
You're
one,
right.
ass.
Perfect for this list, which is also ass. In fact, you could say this list is a dairy area of its own.
All right, so we can leave off with that corny joke. We can leave off with that corny joke.